pandemic is real. With 420 around the corner, it's essential to stay safe, so you can keep watching my videos and subscribe if you haven't. Seriously though, thanks for the warm welcome back. I've missed making videos as much as I enjoyed the responsibility-free time of my hiatus. This year of silence was for a legend though, and in their memory, enjoy the life you have. We aren't promised tomorrow. 1. Trust no one. Paranoia is your friend. People that are sick and may have the virus don't want to give the shit to you unless they're looking for clout. A majority of transfers are also non-voluntary, but catching it could be bad for you, and if not, maybe someone you love. So think about the risk associated with social gatherings and interactions, especially when thinking about the 6 degrees of separation that almost guarantee you know someone infected. Plus, there are a huge number of people who don't even believe the shit is real, and we spend a lot of time laughing at flat earthers. It's time to expand. 2. You could spread the virus even if you don't show symptoms. Most people judge their status of infection on how they feel, but from everything we know, you could have it, have no symptoms, and still pass it on, which ties into involuntary transfer. No one wants to spread it, but that shit is like Jason in the bushes holding a machete waiting to strike the perfect victim. Plus, you can't run from it. Just like a horror movie, there's always a log to trip over or nothing to stumble over that ends up getting you gutted. 3. Eating flowers is the healthiest option. With a virus that can affect your respiratory system, smoking is not ideal, vaping is better, but the best option for botanical intake is edibles. Edibles not only get you fucked up, but if you're quarantined, you ain't got shit to do. Stimulate your mind with the body high and watch those days melt off the calendar, or take smaller doses if you're some type of scaredy cat with responsibilities. 4. Cover all your coughs, even chokes. I'm guilty of this one. It's a pet peeve of mine. I hate it when people cough without covering their mouth, in particular, strangers in public. Watching untrained idiots prance about the face of the earth, spreading infections with the spirit the colonizers had while handing out smallpox blankets to the natives enrages me. But I've coughed after a devastating inhale and excuse my behavior because it wasn't a sick cough. But because you could spread the virus even if you don't show symptoms, innocence could lead to death. 5. Bring your own piece to minimize exposure. Whether you're smoking or vaping, the safest way to session with a small group is to bring your own apparatus to consume from. That way, you minimize your exposure to other people's atmosphere of breath, particulates, and unwashed hands. This is a piece of the condom of interactions, if you will. It may take some of the feeling of closeness away, like a condom too, but avoiding that little bundle of corona is worth the loss of sensation. 6. If someone licked it, why risk it? I know you smokers like your blunts in your joints, but to make that smoldering funnel of funk, someone has to orally make love to it to get it to stick, and then you have to take that spit wet receptacle and put it between your lips. That's a big safety breach and a quick I'm good if you try to pass it to me. 7. Pour your munchies. Keep your hand out of the bag. So you're kicking it with a friend or two and you're respecting social distancing and covering your mouth when you choke. A couple hours go by and then it happens. You get hungry and pull out your bag of chips because you planned ahead. Now your irresponsible friends ask for some, but before you pass that bag, think about how their hands might contaminate the pure product grazed by the outer skin of their particle-laden fingers during an unsuspecting grab. Trust no one. Pour your treats to distribute the goods to the peasants. 8. Crowds are like condomless orgies. Excuse the brash analogy, but it's true. Unless you got nothing to lose, you wouldn't join an orgy without a condom. Exposing yourself so freely to the pass of strangers with no protections would seem to be a foolish move to say the least, and being around large groups of people at this moment is just as foolish. Yeah, people are lonely. Yes, being around other people is essential for our species survival, but if you can't set aside a couple months to make sure you and your friends suffer as few losses as possible, you're reckless. Think about that the next time you ejaculate your warm breath on someone. 9. Watch where you blow your smoke. We know coughs are vehicles for mayhem, but so are exhales. I know it just looks like smoke or vapor exiting your mouth, but that mist traveled into the lush, wet jungles of your lungs before being expelled into the fresh expanse of the outside world. It's full of droplets and particles, and the perfect carrier for airborne or droplet transmission. Remember that the next time you hotbox. 10. Don't have the hands of a virgin and the lips of a whore. I know you grabbed whatever hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes were available. You wear a mask in public, wash your hands after touching surfaces, and avoid your face like that annoying person that won't get the hint. You also practice distancing and bump elbows instead of shaking hands because you know the severity of the situation. But then you and your friend are hanging out that you are reluctant to visit with, and you say fuck it and decide to roll one up or pass around that bong or vaporizer to share that lovely medicine the gods bestowed upon us. Congratulations. As soon as your lips and hands share the same surface as your friends, all that work is out the window unless your friend is careful as you are. But I've seen plenty of person walk out a bathroom without washing their hands. Stay safe.